They called you crazy. They laughed, pointed fingers whispered when you walked by. Oh, but look at them now, desperate, shaking, clawing for mercy at the feet they once spat on. Funny, isn't it? How quickly fear turns arrogance into obedience. You see, people don't respect kindness, they mistake it for weakness. You hold out a hand, they slap it away. You show them patience, they waste your time. But the moment you take away what they love, the moment you strip them of their illusion of control, suddenly they listen. Society is built on control. The rules, the laws, the polite little smiles, it's all a game. A rigged game played by fools who think they have power. But power isn't in rules. Power isn't in money. Power is in fear. Fear makes them bow. Fear makes them beg. And the best part, fear is free. They made you feel small, didn't they? They made you doubt yourself. Told you that you were nothing. Just another nobody in a world that chews up nobodies and spits them out. But here's the thing about nobodies. They don't stay nobodies forever. No, some of them wake up. Some of them realize that being an outcast is just another word for being untamed. And untamed means dangerous. See, you can follow their rules. Live by their script. Be a good little cog in their perfect little machine. But where does that get you? A life of mediocrity. A life of being stepped on by the ones who were born holding the whip. Or you can rewrite the script. Make them watch as you burn their precious little system to the ground. And then when the smoke clears, you get to decide what rises from the ashes. They say chaos is bad. They say anarchy is evil. But let me ask you something. What has order ever done for you? Has it made you happy? Has it made you free? Or has it trapped you in a cycle of waking up, working, obeying, and dying without ever truly living? The only ones who fear chaos are the ones who have something to lose. And what do you have to lose? Nothing. Not anymore. They took everything from you. They left you with nothing but the fire inside your chest. And that fire, oh, that fire is what makes you powerful. Because a person with nothing to lose is the most dangerous person of all. Now look at them. The ones who mocked you. The ones who cast you aside like trash. Watch them scramble. Watch them weep. They never thought you would rise. They never thought you had it in you. But you do. Don't you? Oh, you do. And the best part, the moment they see you for what you are, the moment they realize they should have never underestimated you, they will say it was all a misunderstanding. They will pretend they were on your side all along. But we know the truth, don't we? And now the question is, what do you do with them? Do you forgive? Do you extend that same hand they once slapped away? Do you let them crawl back into your shadow, whispering apologies between their trembling lips? No. That's not how the story goes. Because forgiveness, that's for people who have something to gain from it. You know. You've already gained everything you need. The moment they feared you, you won. The moment they realized their mistake, you became untouchable. You see, people only learn through pain. It's a bitter, ugly truth, but a truth nonetheless. A child touches fire once and never again. A dog learns not to bite the hand that feeds it. And people, they learn to respect the ones who make them suffer. That's why the world belongs to the ruthless, the ones who do not beg, do not break, do not bow. They set the rules, they decide what is fair and what is necessary. And those who once laughed at them, well, they learn to laugh a little less. But let's not get sentimental. No. There's still fun to be had, isn't there? After all, what's the point of having power if you don't enjoy it a little? What's the point of winning if you don't let them feel every single ounce of the loss? Make them remember. Make them wake up in cold sweats, reliving the moment they realize their mistake. Make them hesitate before they speak, before they act, before they dare look down on another soul again. Not out of kindness. Oh no. Kindness is for those who still believe in fairy tales. Do it because it's poetic, because it's beautiful. Because justice, real justice, is not handed out by courts or kings. It is carved into the bones of those who thought themselves untouchable. And here's the kicker. The same ones who feared you will worship you. They will dress up their terror as admiration. They will tell stories of how they always knew you were different, how they always believed in you. But it's not respect. No, it's survival. And you'll smile, not because you believe them, not because you forgot, but because it's funny, isn't it? How quickly the tables turn. But don't let it get to your head. No, that's their mistake. That's where they went wrong. Power is a flame. Let it burn too high and you'll be the one left in ash. Keep it controlled. Keep it close. And it will keep you warm in a world that is always cold. So tell me, what will you do now? Will you let them crawl? Will you let them beg? Will you let them build you a throne, hoping you won't remind them of what they did? Or will you show them that you were never looking for a throne in the first place? You were looking for something else, something much more satisfying. Because power isn't just about ruling. No, it's about making sure they never forget why you were crowned in the first place. You care for the roar of the storm, the crackle of the fire, the sound of their precious world crumbling beneath your feet. Because true power isn't in titles or gold. It's in the freedom to do what they fear the most. To live without their chains. And that freedom, it terrifies them. They look at you and see everything they tried to bury, every truth they denied, every weakness they hid. You are the reflection they can't stand to face, a reminder that no matter how tightly they cling to their illusions, the storm always comes. But here's the thing about storms. They don't discriminate. They don't bow to kings or pity the poor. They consume everything in their path. And now, you are the storm. They can beg, they can scream, but they cannot stop what's already begun. But power is a funny thing. It changes people, doesn't it? The moment they see you rise, they'll pretend they always believed in you. They'll shower you with praise, hoping you'll forget the way they laughed. They'll rewrite the past, convince themselves they were your greatest supporters all along. But you remember, you remember. Because the laughter, the whispers, the mockery, it all left a scar. Not the kind they can see. No. The kind that stays beneath the skin. A reminder of what they did, and a reminder of what you became because of it. And now the choice is yours. Will you be the storm that never ends? Will you tear down everything they built, leave nothing but dust and echoes in your wake? Or will you do something far more terrifying? You see, destruction is easy. It's the aftermath that leaves the deepest mark. Let them stand in the ruin. Let them witness the emptiness of their own creation. Because sometimes the most brutal punishment isn't fire and fury. It's forcing them to see what they could have prevented, and knowing they never will. But the best part is that you no longer care. Not for their approval, not for their apologies. You've already won. Because the greatest victory isn't proving them wrong. It's realizing you never needed their validation to begin with. And that, my friend, that is the kind of power they will never understand. So stand tall, let the storm rage, and watch as they tremble, knowing the monster they feared was never in the shadows. It was standing before them all along. You care for the roar of the storm, the crackle of the fire, the sound of their precious world crumbling beneath your feet. Because true power isn't in titles or gold. It's in the freedom to do what they fear the most. To live without their chains. And that freedom, it terrifies them. They look at you and see everything they tried to bury, every truth they denied, every weakness they hid. You are the reflection they can't stand to face. A reminder that no matter how tightly they cling to their illusions, the storm always comes. But here's the thing about storms. They don't discriminate. They don't bow to kings or pity the poor. They consume everything in their path. And now, you are the storm. They can beg, they can scream, but they cannot stop what's already begun. And they'll try to spin their little stories, paint themselves as the victims, the poor innocent souls wronged by the one they mocked. They'll say you became the monster, but you and I both know the truth, don't we? They didn't fear the monster. They feared the day the monster stopped pretending to be human. And now they see you, truly see you, not as the outcast, not as the fool, but as the reckoning. And that is why they beg, not for justice, not for mercy, but for time. Time to crawl back into their illusion. Time to forget the lesson you've taught them. But you won't let them forget. No, no, no. Because forgetting is a luxury they no longer deserve. Every shadow they see, every whisper in the dark, it will remind them of the one they called crazy, the one they tried to break, the one who rose, not in spite of their hate, but because of it. And you, oh, you'll smile, not because you crave their fear, not because you enjoy their suffering, but because you finally won. Not the way they expected, not with riches or applause, but with something far greater. You proved them wrong, and that is a victory no one can ever take from you. So let them call you crazy, let them tell their stories. In the end it won't matter, because you've already written your own, and theirs, well, theirs is over.